Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. We are live. Today, we are talking about the cryptocurrency markets over the weekend and pretty much since Elon's tweet about Tesla not accepting Bitcoin or pausing the exception of Bitcoin. We've seen the Twitter and, social media kind of freaking out about this. So I wanted to explain my take. And, as a Bitcoin enthusiast who's been, long Bitcoin for like 8 years and loves Ethereum. I'm long a bunch of Ethereum, long all my Bitcoin, got my diamond hands. So I kind of wanted to make this episode saying like, why am I so long Bitcoin? Why am I holding it? What is my thoughts? Because I was writing my Patreon newsletter today and I had so many thoughts about this. And I summed it up with thinking I'm actually more bullish on cryptocurrency than ever before as someone who's watched this sort of economic experiment unfold over the past decade. And I think it's really healthy to take a step back. So I got a bunch of charts and data to go through in this program. So we're going to start here. This is hypercharts. We're looking at the 1 month chart of Bitcoin. So you can go to hypercharts.com/BTC if you want to follow along. So, okay. So if you look at the 1 month chart of Bitcoin, you're freaking out. Oh my God, it's down 30%. This is a disaster. But I'm like, everyone who's freaking out about Bitcoin has not been in this thing for that long. Because if you actually look at the chart of Bitcoin, I know a lot of you know this, but I think it's worth putting into context the historical cycles that Bitcoin goes through. So Bitcoin is down about 40% from its all-time high, which seems like a massive pullback. But in the cryptocurrency game, in this experiment of decentralized cryptocurrencies that are not regulated, that are this wild, extremely volatile market that are still sort of experiments, you have, volatility is the name of the game here. So you can see that Bitcoin hit about $20,000 in 2017 and took 2 years to hit its low of about $3,500. So when I look at this pullback, I say we could just be here. We could just be at the start of a multi-year long pullback in or consolidation in cryptocurrency. So, I'm way up on my go watch my videos about when I'm buying Bitcoin. You can see that everyone in this space who has the perspective is way, way up. So even though Bitcoin is crumbling, in the long run, this is one of the best performing assets of all time despite this pullback. And this pullback is actually very normal for Bitcoin. And it's pulled back this amount many, many times. And so I think that's just super important to keep in context and just say that overall, Bitcoin right now has a market capitalization of still around $700 billion. And so this cryptocurrency experiment here, if we go to CoinMarketCap, and I love this chart that they have here, which shows that they had the market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies about $1.6 trillion. So this is an asset class that is now worth $1.6 trillion. Bitcoin alone worth about $750 billion. So despite this pullback, this is still a massive size. The GDP of Italy is like $2 trillion. The GDP of France is like $3 trillion. The GDP of Czech Republic is $250 billion. So Bitcoin is still triple the size of the Czech Republic after this pullback. This is incredibly exciting and successful. And then the reason why this pullback happened is because Elon Musk has been tweeting about it. And although people think this is a negative, I actually think this is a positive. We have Elon Musk. I know he's getting a lot of hate. I know it's controversial, but I'm an Elon fanboy, who's one of the smartest engineers and business people in the world, who is putting his resources to make cryptocurrency more sustainable. This is an incredibly good thing for the entire industry and space, if you ask me, because, cryptocurrency is growing up. If it's going to go from this sort of project that moves $1 billion a day as an experiment to a truly global reserve currency, something that's more stable than third world countries, something that could actually replace the dollar, then you're going to have to get it to go through massive growing pains and improvements. So I think this focus on the sustainability of Bitcoin and how we can get cryptocurrency to still have this decentralized distributed banking future, but have the minimum carbon impact is extremely awesome that conversation is taking off. So if you look at the kind of stuff that Elon Musk is tweeting right now, just today, he tweeted, spoke with North American Bitcoin miners. They committed to publish current and planned renewable usage and to ask miners worldwide to do so, potentially promising. So Elon Musk has been working with the Bitcoin community to try and reduce the emissions and to get more transparency about the energy that goes into the Bitcoin system to give it more validity. This is a hugely good thing for Bitcoin. One of the biggest criticisms for Bitcoin has been its energy usage. So to tackle this problem head on, to me, is tackling the biggest bear case that's holding Bitcoin back from being, a 7.5 trillion asset from a 750 billion. We got to figure out this energy usage thing. We got to make that work. So having that conversation is actually extremely promising. You see what else Elon Musk is doing here. If you'd like to help Doge, please submit ideas on GitHub. So everyone is saying that Elon Musk, and even says someone suggested changing Doge fees based on phases of the moon, which is pretty awesome. So Elon Musk is continually working on Dogecoin. And if you go to the Dogecoin GitHub, this is a chart that shows the code contributions to Dogecoin. So if you can see, the code contributions totally fell off a cliff. This is a meme coin that took 2 hours to create, that was a knockoff of other cryptocurrencies, but it totally blew up because it was a cute Doge, right? But it hasn't actually had a code commitment for 4 years. They've stopped coding it. This is like, imagine if you had some software that would stop working on it, it would stop getting better. So this is why your crypto enthusiasts are saying Doge sucks, the technology sucks, nobody's working on it. But what Elon Musk is doing is saying, wait, we can get people to code this. I can get some of the smartest engineers to start building on top of this cryptocurrency. And because it's smaller than Bitcoin, there's actually a way to change the grass, the backbone of Doge. Bitcoin is too big and established and has too many forces telling it how to govern itself. Doge doesn't, because it's this lost meme coin. Therefore, Elon Musk has the ability to make transactions go much faster, much smoother, and sort of at least work on attempting to change the network to suit his use case of sort of this, energy, distributed energy utility thing, or that's my theory. And so I think overall, the fact that you have someone like Elon Musk pushing the technology to get more sustainable and to be better is accelerating the pace of innovation of cryptocurrency. So Elon Musk, we know pace of innovation is the biggest indicator whether you will be successful or not in the long run, whether it's Amazon versus Walmart or Tesla versus GM. It's all about pace of innovation. Let's take pace of innovation of crypto versus the dollar. We have crypto changing constantly. The communication, the conversation about how we reduce energy usage, how do we make it move faster, how do we make it better, how do we improve access is constantly flowing. The pace of innovation of these crypto assets has accelerated to an all-time high, in my opinion, because of Elon Musk. And that is the fundamental reason why I am more bullish on cryptocurrency than ever, because I see an accelerating pace of innovation in this space that is not innovated, that's had these amazing projects that come out that sort of stall in terms of innovation, but they just sort of blow up, and they blow it up to where they got so big that they're consuming the energy of a small country. And we're like, wait, we need to improve. We need to innovate here on the cryptocurrency space if this is going to go mainstream. This is the growing pain that takes it all the way. That is my opinion. So we're going to get into Ethereum too. I have a super chat that I want to get to. Thank you, TB. Ethereum is way better than Bitcoin in every way. If Bitcoin was invented after Ethereum, nowhere to pay attention to it. So I like you, but look, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm not an ETH maximalist. I'm a crypto enthusiast. If you're a finance nerd who realized that the dollar sucks, the creature from Jekyll Island, the Federal Reserve, the 1 to 10, lending system, for every dollar that a bank has, they can lend out $10, the fractional reserve system. I think in many ways, the world and many humans are prisoners to this fiat currency system that erodes your value over time and makes you work your entire life to really, you just work your entire life to make money, and they sort of erode your purchasing power over time. Everybody is forced to figure out, I'm a doctor, but I have to figure out where to invest, where to put my money. That's a whole other job to figure out. Why is that a thing? I think the entire way the financial market works, in fact, in a very weird sort of behind the scenes way, leads to a lot of inequality in our world. So I'm a huge fan of this vision of decentralized currencies, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Doge, whether it's Ethereum. I love this idea that the global financial system is ready for a new technology for currency. And that is the crux of this crypto movement. And that's why it's so fascinating to, I think, all finance and economic nerds, because the dollar sucks and we're printing more of it. And if you think about and I know I've ranted about this before, but it's really worth taking the time to consider, we're printing $2 trillion like nothing. We have hit the button to give a check to every single American. Every major economy in the world and central bank is printing currency at an accelerating pace with 0% interest rates. To me, there is I don't know why it's a hot take to say that inflation's happening. Look at the price of lumber. Look at the price of real estate. Look at the price of crypto over the last year. Look at the price of good technology equities. Everything is inflating rapidly despite the CPI not showing it. And that's because the purchasing power of the dollar is eroding faster than ever. And this is why Elon Musk and Zach Kirkhorn, despite them beefing with Bitcoin and being the reason for the pullback, actually are one of the world's largest, biggest leading technology companies. And they're holding this on their balance sheet because they think the dollar's eroding in value. What was the conversation that Zach and Elon talked about on the conference call about why they bought Bitcoin? They were like, look, when we're going to the table to say we got 20 billion bucks, keep in mind we sold Tesla equity to get this 5 billion on our balance sheet, and we're going to put 1.5 billion of that into Bitcoin because we don't think treasuries are a good reserve asset. And now Elon's tweeting we're holding with diamond hands. So Tesla, despite the fact that this Bitcoin pullback has occurred, we have an extremely positive fundamental catalyst here where Tesla is actually purchased and is holding Bitcoin and has opened the door for every other big technology company to hold it, with the rationale approved by the SEC for a public company that this is a better store of value for our shareholders than the US dollar. Like, this is the biggest fundamental moment for Bitcoin in Bitcoin's history to me, is Tesla putting it on the balance sheet and backing it. This psychological change this is still going on. Like, this has happened. People are forgetting that this unbelievable catalyst occurred. And so I see so much evidence that the melting purchasing power of fiat is accelerating and will continue to. And I think our governments are sort of in this, they don't innovate. Their backs against the wall. They've already pressed the button to print more money. That is their fix when anything goes wrong, and they will continue to do that. And frankly, I think abuse that power and already have been, and that has been giving rise to cryptocurrency assets. So we're in the midst of an incredible global transformation where the dollar, and as much as I'm an American saying this, the dollar is losing its status as the global reserve currency, and the world is figuring out, do we want China? Do we trust the Chinese yuan to be the global reserve? Probably not. The euro, that's not doing too hot either. This crypto stuff, software is eating the world, has a lot of potential. So anyway, that's my rant. Let's get to Ethereum now, because I know y'all like Ethereum. I love Ethereum. I actually sold my Unisocks to just hold Ethereum because I thought it was better. So Ethereum. A cryptocurrency network should be valued on its utility. This is my theory. How do we value a cryptocurrency or token, this digital, money thing? Why does it have value? To me, it has value based on its utility. How many people are going to accept this, and how easy is it for them to accept it? Those two things are the backbone of how you analyze a cryptocurrency. So when I look at Ethereum, how do I value Ethereum? How many people will accept it? What can it do? How many people are using it every day? If more and more people are using this cryptocurrency, the network is growing, the computing power of the network is growing, the intrinsic value of that Ethereum is growing. So with that being said, let's take a look at hypercharts.co/ETH, the market price of Ethereum. As you can see, still way, way up there. Ethereum is still this project that's a science experiment of a decentralized computer network built by like a 19-year-old, and it's still worth $300 billion, way, way up. I mean, the only way you're down on Ethereum is if you bought it in the past 3 months. Everyone who's been a long-term holder is way, way up, has seen this economy emerge, and look at the transactions per day. This is the only chart that matters to me, actually, there's a lot of charts that matter to me. I don't want to say that, but this is the biggest one to me, which shows that Ethereum's transactions per day, the utilization of the network continues to scale. We got past this trough of shitcoin sort of IPOs here, and now we're actually seeing real traction of real projects. What kind of stuff are we seeing? VFriends, Gary Vaynerchuk inspired me to start this channel. One of the leading sort of awesome thought leaders. He was an investor in Facebook, in Venmo, in Instagram, I think. I don't even know, but like Twitter, the dude is a social network genius and visionary. I'm a huge fan of Gary Vee, but look at what he's doing. He launched an entire NFT project. He's super bullish on the space. He's a pioneer of baseball cards, collectibles, sneakers. I mean, the NFT world has gone through a moment here. Look, whether it's Grimes NFT, is it Logan Paul doing his thing? Is it Paris Hilton launching an NFT? These are real celebrities going directly to their audience, leveraging this decentralized computer network to make real money, to make real moves, to make art that is at the center of the cultural zeitgeist. This is not a shitcoin IPO anymore. This is true traction on the Ethereum network. And to me, that is the fundamental reason why it should be going up in value. And so I see Ethereum on the cusp. First of all, Ethereum's gas fees are out of control. Take a look at this. The actual fees you're paying to use the Ethereum network, out of control. Where is this? Oh yeah. Average gas price in Gigaway. So massively, look at this. The fees of the network are getting jammed up because guess why? Too many people are using ETH. So that's why the fees of the network are going up. But now ETH 2.0 is about to come out. Staking. I don't know that much about it, but I'm sure a ton of you do. And if you're into ETH, this idea that there's a massive network update that's been in place for years and years and years, where you don't have to like do all the mining for every transaction. You can do what's called staking and sort of have a layer 2 solution. This idea that the fundamental backbone of cryptocurrencies, the main blockchain, will be the settlement layer, and then we're gonna have layer 2 solutions for faster, more microtransactions on top of that. That vision that's been years in the making, Ethereum is about to bring to fruition with this new update. And if this actually works, this is gonna be a fundamental game changer for ETH. And I'm going to get to why I don't talk about the ETH competitors yet. So this is huge for ETH because the second they can reduce the transaction Gigaway price by 100x, let's say, or 10x, if it costs me 50 to $100 to buy Gary Vee's NFT, I don't know if I'm buying. But the point is it does, and he did it. Grimes, they're all launching their NFTs despite this congestion on the network, and actually, frankly, are the reason for the congestion on the network is so many people are using it. And so this is really, really fascinating. Cryptofees.info dashboard, how many people are willing to pay per transaction? That is actually dope. I think we should take a look at that on this live stream in a second. Thank you, TB. Great super chat there. But Ethereum, and they're going to start burning ETH. So there's some system with this new update where when you spend ETH, you also burn a little. So the supply of Ethereum, which is only increasing a little bit, is going to start to potentially decrease. So now you have this mega catalyst for Ethereum where it's going to be way cheaper, way faster to use the network, and the supply is going to decrease. If this actually comes to fruition, we're going to see a huge increase in the traction on the Ethereum network and the value of that core ETH token priced in dollars, because there's a finite amount of that ETH token. And if the network of the utilization of the network skyrockets, I think the value of that token will reflect that network utilization, and we will see a massive price increase in Ethereum. And that's why I'm holding all my Ethereum, I'm holding all my Bitcoin. I don't own Doge. Okay, Doge. Okay, well, let's finish on Ethereum. Cardano, all these other Ethereum competitors, which I think are awesome. I love all projects in the crypto space, but why am I not spending time on them? Because it's all about developers and the developer community. Right now, Ethereum is the leading decentralized computing network, and it's so hard to get Ethereum to take off with all the smartest people coding it, with all the VC money in the world, with all the people using it. Like, it's so hard to get traction. So I haven't seen another decentralized computing network gain traction on a big level that has got me excited, and that's why I'm not focusing it. The hardest part is not building the code, but it's getting the developer community, it's getting the traction. And Ethereum, to me, has a runaway network effect with traction on its network, and that alone and the developer community, most smartest developer community developing it behind it. So that kind of combination to me is the only reason why I'm not paying attention to these other Ethereum networks. If they start scaling to 1 million transactions a day with super cool projects, I'll be the first to jump on board. But that's something I wanted to consider. So, and this Dogecoin thing, I want to get back to this because this to me is the biggest misconception of Dogecoin. Is Dogecoin a shitty meme coin, or does it have potential as a cryptocurrency? All of that comes down to this chart because it's all about if they can launch an update, if they can start adding more code, if they can start accelerating the pace of innovation here, then we're going to see a huge intrinsic value move in Doge. And like the reason why I'm so bullish on Square or on Bitcoin is you have Jack Dorsey. He runs Twitter and Square, two of the biggest financial and social media companies in the world, and he's a hacker and he's got Bitcoin in his bio and he loves Bitcoin. This is a prophecy. It's self-fulfilling. Jack Dorsey is manifesting that Bitcoin will be huge and be a thing, and he is a gazillionaire who actually has the resources to make it happen. So take notes. Look at what Elon Musk is doing. He's tweeting about Doge today. This dude is scheming to get good people developing Doge. He wants it to be the currency of Mars. Do not take that for granted. When you have one of the world's richest persons who, first of all, he's worth like 150B. Dogecoin's only worth 30B, and he's dabbling with Doge. So if that works, this is a fundamental catalyst for Dogecoin. I hate hype. I hate fluff. I'm all about fundamentals and research, and it's so fascinating that the hype and psychology world is actually leaching into the fundamental worlds of crypto, and this is what people fail to understand, is that Elon Musk tweeting about Dogecoin is not some fluff. This is actually potentially a real catalyst because he can incentivize more developers to get on Doge and theoretically change the trajectory of the technological roadmap of that cryptocurrency. Do not fall into the stagnation fallacy where you believe these crypto assets will look exactly as they are in perpetuity. There is a code base that people can update, which you can track right here and see the change of this technology. So if the pace of innovation of Doge, which is already bubbling up because Elon's tweeting about it, starts to accelerate, this does have real potential. And I actually did try to buy Doge. I still haven't figured it out because I've been too busy, and I'm kind of broke, honestly. I'm fully invested, so I don't have money to buy Doge. But I actually kind of am not. I've been a Doge hater because I'm like, this is a meme coin with no technology. Nobody's developing on it. But if that changes, I will be a believer. And the reason why I'm going to get back to this, why is Elon dabbling in all this? Why does this matter? Who gives a crap about Doge and Bitcoin, right? Elon, aren't you busy building the Cybertruck? Let's get that out, right? This white paper right here by Square and ARC Research, I think is probably the most important piece of research or idea that has gone unnoticed in the crypto world right now. This is why I was so juiced about crypto and losing it, a couple weeks ago on the Tesla earnings call, because I'm like, oh my God, Square just said energy asset owners of today are the Bitcoin miners of tomorrow. Tesla's building all these incredible new energy assets, and now there's a unique energy buyer. Tesla, whether they like it or not, is going to have to play in this crypto space and is going to have to leverage this unique buyer in the energy markets to accelerate the ROI of a lot of its projects if it wants to accelerate the world's transition to renewable energy. So it sounds insane, but I actually think there is a huge shoe to drop here, and that Cathie Wood, an ultra schemer, one of Elon's homies, is saying that Bitcoin mining is the key to helping Tesla monetize the Megapack, to the solar roof, and these solar farms, and the entirely new system of the grid that is going to change how we charge our electric cars and everything. Chris, thanks for the super chat. Let me get to these super chats before I get on this rant because I'm getting caught up. Mass Friction, thanks for the super chat. Kimball Musk going live with Elon Gate on Twitch. I'm not following that token, but that sounds really cool. Coding Mark, thanks for the super chat. Cuzzy, do you look into Hedera hash graph? No, I haven't looked into that yet. But I will say that's the same kind of thing of why I'm not into Cardano. I just need to see real world traction. One thing I know here, and this is where it gets really interesting, I'm not a coder. I don't know code. And so I'm not going to pretend to look at the code of some cryptocurrency project and be like, dude, this code's way better. Hedera is fire. ETH is whack technology. I just don't know that. And so I think I come to this from the standpoint of an economist, right? An anthropologist. Like, it doesn't matter how dope it is if nobody's using it. So until I see the traction, to me, is the evidence that that code is fire. If Hedera is so fire and it's so dope and it's so easy to set up and it's so fuego, Gary Vee should have launched his project on it, right? But he didn't. So maybe it's not. Like, you know what I mean? So those are the kind of things. And I'm not like, I'm trying to make, like, I think the biggest thing about the crypto thing is that, like, we're all learning. We're all trying to figure this out. Everyone is building. This is exploding in value. We're all learning about it. Everybody's building it in real time. It's like an airplane that we're building as it flies. So everybody's learning. I think the biggest red flag in crypto is when somebody tells you, like, oh, like, you know, I know this. Hedera is going to crush Ethereum. Ethereum sucks. Bitcoin sucks. It's like, I think they're all great and they're all promising and they all have an opportunity. So you know, I'm going to look more into Hedera, I promise, but I'm trying to follow all of this at once. Right now, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Doge, I think, are the three leading, most fascinating ones, and those are the three I'm focusing on. And so back to this. Why is the pace of innovation in all of these cryptocurrencies accelerating out of control, right? This is amazing. And why is this pace of innovation accelerating so important? Because eventually, these cryptocurrencies, why is Elon Musk fiending to get these better? Because he knows that if we can decrease the energy usage, if we can increase the throughput, this is the future that he's going to get so pumped about. This means that the ROI, and there's other things about, like, the energy usage of the Bitcoin network getting too high, so it's not economical to mine as an individualized basis. So there's another thing there. I guess if you haven't heard my moonshot theory that I made a bunch of videos about, I want to explain that really quick here, which is Tesla. That one of the biggest things they dropped in their earnings call that they're super excited about is this new energy system, essentially a decentralized way where all our homes are connected to this grid. We can help stabilize the grid with our batteries as more electric cars come on and the energy demands of humanity increase. But there's a cap to how much energy you can store in your battery. There's a cap to how much energy you can sell on the grid, but there's not a cap to how you can turn that energy into currency with the internet, with crypto networks. This is like when I figured this out, I'm still like, my mind is still blown that this paper came out and that like cryptocurrencies consume a ton of energy. So for them to be thought of as the key to an abundant clean energy future is so counterintuitive. It's so hard for people to wrap their head around, but this is why Elon is scheming on it, in my opinion, because he knows that if they can get a crypto, whether it's Bitcoin or Doge, to be super cheap to transact, to be really easy to mine, to be a really easy network to tap into, all of a sudden he can put batteries in everyone's home to tap into that network that he manifested, and all of a sudden it's way more strategic for Tesla. So there is a really, you know, as a Tesla shareholder, I am pumped because I know that the energy asset owners of today are going to run the backbone of the crypto network. Right now, China is monetizing like 60% of the hashing rate of Bitcoin. This is what Elon's beef was. Is Bitcoin decentralized if all the miners are in China and China can just be like, let's shut it down? I don't know. That's another secret about Bitcoin. Not really decentralized if China controls more than 50% of the mining power, right? So how do we change that? We can put a decentralized network of miners and build this crazy, truly decentralized cryptocurrency if Elon Musk can put a miner in everybody's home with their power wall. So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring cryptocurrency mining to the masses to make this truly resilient distributed network. And that's why he's dabbling, saying Bitcoin's not going to do it. Layer 2's not coming. I don't know if we're scheming hard enough on that. I want to optimize Doge for these energy payments. And that's why I'm scheming on Doge, because we can do Doge with it. And we're going to send Doge to space. And all of a sudden, okay, here's a wild theory. Why is the dollar so valuable? Because we're pricing trade in oil. What's potentially the most valuable commodity of trade in the future? I don't know. Is it rocket launches? You tell me. What are we going to price rocket launches per kilo in? Doge? Maybe that makes Doge a reserve currency if it can always buy you a certain amount of payload in orbital flight. I don't know. That's a crazy theory too. But is Bitcoin a platform? Can we have layer 2? Okay, so this is going to get, I know this is going to cause beef. I'm going to make zero. This is how I lose all my friends in crypto right here. So Bitcoin has a layer 2 solution that could put Ethereum out of business. Ethereum has a layer 2 solution that could put Bitcoin out of business. I believe those are equally possible outcomes. Can we, and Michael Saylor's like, Bitcoin's going to rule them all. You have these ETH maximalists who are like, we can build Bitcoin on ETH. It'll be chilling. So there's so many, I don't know. I think either one could happen. But what I wanted to get back to, why am I so bullish and more bullish on crypto than ever? Because if either one could happen, that's where the pace of innovation gets wild, because ETH and Bitcoin are innovating like crazy. The pace of innovation of the dollar is zero, goose egg, but the pace of innovation of crypto is insane. So that is all you need to know. That sums down my entire theory. I even wrote down like a little speech here. We are separating the wannabes from the greats, the traders from the investors, the Jordan Belforts from the Warren Buffetts. That is my theory on what's happening in the crypto market now. If you are whining about a pullback, it's like, dude, start doing your homework on the cool stuff happening in Bitcoin. Coinbase, 56 million accounts. Square, Cash App, 36 million accounts. That's probably up 10x in 3 years from the last Bitcoin bull run. We have almost 100 million people on those 2 apps getting ushered into the world of cryptocurrency. That's 100 million users. I mean, if that's not a huge reason to get bullish on the ecosystem, the tools around Bitcoin have never been stronger. The brand value's never been stronger. I think we're still, even though Elon Musk probably delayed the adoption of corporate treasuries moving into Bitcoin by 6 months with his let's think about the energy usage thing, which will be a great thing in the long run, I think it's still going to happen. I think Amazon, I think Apple, I think Facebook, I think every big tech company is saying this crypto thing's at 1.6 trill. This is going to 10 trill. This is going to 50 trill. This is going to put fiat out of business in our lifetime. How do we play? Is it Doge? Is it Bitcoin? Do we create our own crypto? Everybody is scheming on this. And to tie it all in, it's not just about making money more decentralized. It's about getting us to green energy by creating this new, internet is money. Energy is money. That this beautiful liquidity of where energy anywhere created on the globe can be turned into value is just, it's like heaven for economists, because it's like, how did that happen? It's like a hack on everything. And then you think about what Elon Musk is doing with Starlink to connect everybody. I mean, my whole point on this is there's so many moves left to make. I think Elon and Tesla are just getting started on all of this, and I wanted to give Elon props for I love Elon, how he just puts himself out there for criticism, for the hate, but is just actually doing the right thing. Is just tweeting yo, can we get some devs on Doge, because that'll make it better. What's good with Bitcoin? Can we get everyone to scheme on renewable energy for that? Let's pause our Bitcoin purchases because the Bitcoin energy usage spiked. Good. I mean, he's just the authenticity and transparency with Elon works is, I think, his biggest misunderstanding is people think that he's scheming, he's manipulating. It's dude, the dude's just transparent, trying to figure shit out. He's, and oh, the hat launch. Okay, so these hats are launching soon. I promise. I literally have the website built. You can go to hyperchange.com and, but I'm waiting to get my fulfillment partner ready to send them. So I'm trying to do that. But I'm also I'm studying the crypto markets for y'all. I don't have time launching hats. Who cares? I mean, I want to because I know you guys want them, but I'm trying to research crypto markets for y'all. So, so as a crypto nerd, to sum this up, I think it's been so beautiful to see the adoption of cryptocurrency evolve like this, and for people to get so pumped and passionate about it. I think that's all a good thing. Sorry for another message about Elon Gate. Take some time to see what okay, so Kimball Musk is apparently doing some interview at 3. I appreciate this mass friction with the update. Literally making the world a better place. And that is the interesting thing about all this is the entire point of what Elon's doing and what the cryptocurrency mission is to try and improve the world. And big, bold ideas are never perfect and never work smoothly. And I don't know. And so, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the time when everyone's dude, I'm not bullish on Bitcoin, I'm bullish on blockchain. And it's if you said that, you had no idea what you're talking about. So I think we're kind of in this same moment now where people are overestimating their knowledge and understanding of the crypto markets and overlooking these sort of core fundamental pillars that have been built over the past since the past bull run that are just frankly not going away. Tesla's holding Bitcoin. Coinbase is only getting bigger. They just raised $1 gazillion. Every single other brokerage is trying to figure out how to get you to buy Bitcoin. They're trying to come out with a Bitcoin ETF as fast as they possibly can. I mean, this is just all happening at such an incredible pace that I've never been more bullish. So I'm hodling. I got my diamond hands. I'll let y'all know if I buy Doge. But yeah, I kind of wanted to spread some cheer and good vibes in the crypto world because I think there's so much cool stuff happening. The new ETH, Doge getting revived, Bitcoin booming. This is really, really exciting. And I'm going to be covering it all on Hyperchange. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all are awesome. And I'm going to keep covering this with live streams and just content because I'm so fascinated by this. And yeah, really appreciate y'all tuning in and the comments. Actually, cryptofees.info. When do you put that in the chat? Okay. Look at this. The 1-day fees of Bitcoin, 2 billion. Oh no, it's 2 million. Sorry. So the 7-day average, Bitcoin's making 4 million a day. SushiSwap and Uniswap, both built on ETH, making 5 million a day. Then we got 34. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum's fees are 10x the amount of Bitcoin, but it's trading at half. So this is another interesting reason why I used to be all Bitcoin, no ETH, because I was ETH is diluting. It's not really designed to appreciate the way Bitcoin is. They're kind of different things. But now I'm long ETH. Look at the fees, bro. ETH as a network is pumping out guap 10x compared to Bitcoin in terms of 1 day and basically the 7-day average here. So if you're talking about a price earnings multiple, a price revenue multiple, a price anything like that, you can start to calculate this with this cryptofees.info website. So huge shout out to the guy who gave me this shout out. But I think this is another fascinating metric to look at, not just transactions, but the amount of people. Like if you're paying for a transaction on the network, that's literally like revenue. So you can start to build out a price sales, price profit multiple for these cryptocurrencies in your own way from backing around these fees. So that's really cool. And yeah, and if you have any schemes, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doge, and you're on the cutting edge, you're like, Gal, you missed this, Gal, you missed that, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to read them all. I want to keep scheming. Love y'all. Have an awesome Monday. Peace out.